Hello there. So this isn't like a makeup video or a review or just a typical kind of video that I would make and put up on my channel. I think my cat's coming in. Are you coming in, girl? Okay, so this video is about one of my cats. So I had the most. It was, well, actually, no, that's a bit dramatic. It wasn't the scariest moment of my life, but we had a bit of a situation last week and it was awful. It was awful. I just have to shut the door because like Honey's and the boys are downstairs and I always, oh, the postman's here. I've been waiting for a delivery. I know it must always seem like I'm waiting for a delivery, but well, I am most of the time because I seem to have an addiction to just shopping online late night. You know the drill. Okay, right, so I'll set the scene for you. So it's Sunday night, it's midnight. Honey's comes and wakes me from my sleep and he's in a panic and he's like, Anwen, Salem's just ran out. If you don't know, I've got 3 cats. I have Dude, who is just like a regular, like standard cat. He's lovely, like I love Dude. I'm in no way am I like insulting him by saying he's a standard cat, but he's just like a hairy cat. He's just like a regular cat. So that's Dude. And then we have 2 Sphynx cats, Luna and Salem. Luna is like a pinky, well, she was pink, but now she's quite dirty. We tried giving her baths. She refuses the baths. And when I say refuse, I mean she will go into savage mode. She'll scratch up your arm, your face, your chest. She'll rip out your hair. It's got to the point where we just say, okay, be dirty, because it really is a dangerous situation trying to bath her. Even with 2 of us trying to do it, oh my gosh, for such a little tiny cat, she's strong. She's strong. I don't know, is she working out in her spare time? Who knows, but she's so strong. But anyway, so we've got Luna and then we've got Salem. Salem is the grey one. I'll pop up pictures or whatever here so that you, if you're not familiar with them, you can see. But, so, Honey wakes me from my sleep and he's in a panic and he tells me that Salem nutmegged him. If you don't know what nutmeg means, if you don't have young boys or girls that play football, Salem just ran through his legs as he was stood by the back door calling Dude to come in. So anyway, oh, I'm missing out loads of important details here. I'm a terrible storyteller, which is why I don't really do these kinds of videos often. But so the 2 Sphynx cats, they're indoor cats. You can't really let them outdoors because they have no hair, so they get cold very quickly. If it's cold or if it's warm and sunny, they can get sunburned. So they just don't go out. We just don't let them out. Also, they're quite expensive to buy, so people may steal them, believe it or not. Like, there are savages around who will steal your pets if they're out and about. So anyway, we don't let them go out. Dude's fine. He goes out. He can fend for himself. I don't think anyone would want to steal Dude. And that's, again, not an insult to Dude. It's just that there's lots of dudes around, but there's not a lot of Sphynx cats just roaming around. So anyway, Honey's wakes me up from my peaceful slumber to tell me that Salem's gone out. So I come downstairs and we're shouting and shouting and shouting. She's nowhere to be seen. And I'm thinking, oh shit, like how are we going to explain this to the guys? Because they love the cats. I'm sorry, is it really loud? Let me shut the window. I'm so sorry. It's like we're going through a heat wave at the moment. It's excessively hot. I am not built for heat. This heat is ridiculous. I've dealt with it now for 4 or 5 days and I'm over it. I'm so over it. But anyway, so she goes out. Me and Honey spend a few hours in the nighttime shaking the jar full of Dreamies, shouting her name. She doesn't come back and oh my gosh, it was awful. So then the next day I was working from home. Honey's was off work. He was looking after the boys because it's like the school holidays here at the moment. So sporadically Honey's and the boys would go out, do a lap of the neighbourhood, shaking the Dreamies jar, shouting out for Salem. No Salem. 2 o'clock, still no Salem. 3 o'clock, no Salem. 4 o'clock, still no Salem. And at this point it was just, I don't know, you know, you get to the point where you just start facing reality that maybe she is not coming back, like we may never see her again. And honestly, like I feel like it's the not knowing which is like the hardest thing, because like for me, I was obviously thinking, has she been run over? Like she could have just gone, ran across the road and been run over. Has she been run over and died? Has she been run over and she's laying injured somewhere in pain? Has she been catnapped by someone and they're not going to look after her? They're going to treat her badly. They're going to sell her just to make some fast money. And she's going to live a life of misery. It's kind of like the not knowing, I think, which is like the hardest thing, to be honest. By the way, just backtracking again, that night after we'd been shouting for her and looking for her, when I'd finally gone to bed, like every car that went past, I was just thinking, has that car just ran her over? Oh, it was horrible. So then, anyway, don't worry, this story has a very, very, very happy ending. If it didn't, I would be sat here sobbing now, which I did to my manager over the phone a couple of times that day, just sobbing down the phone to him, telling him about my cat. And he was great, honestly, and I really appreciated that. But by the way, I just want to say as well, like, I know that people that are not pet owners and they're probably thinking, oh, that's ridiculous, like how could you be so upset over a pet? But when you have a pet, like they're part of the family. It's not like, oh, we just have a cat that lives in our house that we feed. It's like, no, that pet makes up the structure of your family. You know what I mean? They're one of us. I mean, they're not as important as the boys. I'm not gonna pretend they are, because they're not. I love the cats. They're not as important as the boys, but they're very important as part of our family. So anyway, Honeys went out as he had been doing all day, and there's a builder working next door, and the builder was like, are you looking for a cat? And Honeys was like, yes, but I'm not just like walking up and down the road sporadically shouting Salem, shaking a can of Dreamies, just because that's what I do. Yes, I am looking for a cat. And the builder was like, well, there's a cat just in the alleyway there by the side of the house, sat behind the bin. The cat's been there all day. Honeys was like, what? So Honeys went, had a look. Sure enough, Salem sat behind a bin, sat on our neighbour's little boy's shoes, just like this, just looking terrified. She was literally fucking next door, which on the one hand makes me feel wonderful that she didn't go any further. That's great. But on the other hand, I'm thinking, girl, we were shouting you all night, shaking the Dreamies tin. You must have heard us. Cats have good hearing. Like, are you deaf or something? How did you not hear us, you little fucker? Do you know what I mean? It's like mixed emotions. I was very happy though. The main emotion was happiness. So Honey gets her, picks her up, she comes back, and I saw him walking past the window with her, and me and the boys were sat in the living room, and I was like, she's back, she's back, she's back. And the boys must have thought I'd gone mental, but I think they probably think I'm going mental multiple times a day, so that's nothing new. And anyway, she came in and she's back, and I feel so grateful, and I feel so like lucky, honestly, because I got to the point where I was thinking, I don't think we're ever going to see her again. I just didn't think we would ever see her again. But she's back, and I'm so eternally grateful and happy, and it just felt like everything in our world was okay again. But you know what? Like, she's not been the same since. No, she's not. Like, whenever we open the door now, she scarpers. She's not interested in going outside. So I feel like it was a good little bit of a learning experience for her, that, do you know what? It may look exciting outside, but it's a scary world out there. You remember the time you went out and you were behind the bin on the pair of shoes? You don't want to do that again, girlfriend. So luckily, it's ended with a happy ending, which is great. But oh my gosh, like, life is challenging enough, and I don't think I needed that extra challenge, because it was terrifying. And you know, when, like, if you've got young kids, trying to explain to them, like, what's happened, where's the cat gone? Like, you don't want to say she could have been run over, because you want to be diplomatic and sensitive, but you don't know what to say. It's like she's just gone. But anyway, I just wanted to like let you know, it's like a little story time. So when she was missing, like in the morning, I put a message out to our neighbourhood group on WhatsApp, And a lot of people are coming back, being super helpful, like so kind, thoughtful, offering to look in their gardens and things, which I really appreciated. It's great how people come together when there's a situation. But yeah, people were saying to me, don't worry, like cats do not go far generally. Yeah, she'll be back and she won't be far. And I was thinking, oh, bullshit, bullshit. You're just saying that to make me feel better. But it wasn't bullshit. She was just next door. And you know what's funny as well? Like, so this is at the neighbour's house that we don't like. We don't like them. And you may be thinking, Amen, but why do you not like them? They're just dicks, basically. They're just dicks. They're just not very likable people. And I like everyone. They're the only people I don't like in this world, honestly. It's not like we're like arguing over the fence or anything on a daily basis. We don't argue at all. We just ignore each other, which actually is a perfect situation. I would hate to have neighbours who were like all up in our business, like every time you go in the garden over the fence. Oh, hello, if you want, you can pop round for a cup of tea, and I'm going to do like a little afternoon picnic. Come round. Let's be best friends. Like, I would hate that. Honestly, it's the perfect situation that we just ignore each other. That's fabulous. I love it. But anyway, the irony is, right, so the neighbours are on holiday at the moment, but they've got cameras set up around their house. So they were probably like, I don't know where they went. Let's say Spain. They're on a holiday in Spain. They were probably just chilling like on the beach, by the pool. And then they've got these cameras, and knowing the neighbour, I bet he's linked them up. I bet you can see them on his phone. And I bet they also alert him when one of the cameras like picks up something. So we just had this like image of them being on holiday, getting an alert on their phone and seeing honeys like walking up there, past the side of their house and reclaiming our cat. We just thought that was funny. But anyway, guys, so I just wanted to tell you that because I feel like I don't tell you enough things, and it was a really traumatic incident in my life. And I know cats go missing every day and many don't come back, and I just feel so thankful that Salem did come back. And actually the reason why I wanted to just put this video up was because I wanted to just provide a bit of reassurance to you that I thought it was bullshit when people were saying, you know what, chances are she's not far. I thought it was bullshit. I thought it was just one of those things people say when your cat goes missing. But no, it's true. So if your cat ever goes missing, just know they're probably not far. So anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. So anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. But thank you for listening to me today. I feel like I like talking to you, and I hope that you enjoyed this. I don't know if you did, but I just wanted to be open and tell you something about what's going on in my life, because I feel like I don't really tell you all that much. A lot of my time here on YouTube is just me trying out makeup. And I feel like, oh, well, why not just tell you something that happened in my life? I'll tell you about something that happened. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go now. But thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.